Hey guys, good news. You know those racist statues in New Orleans? Bunch of slave owners who loved slavery? Well, we are going to take them down. In your face, racists. No more racist statues in NOLA for you. We've got our brothers going down there in military trucks and saying fuck Nazis, and we got guys who are going to go hunt some Nazis. We're going to go punch some Nazis in the face because we don't like your racist statue. That's not what's happening at all, Miles. Here's what's happening. The far left is trying to control the narrative so that they can have more power. So yes, the big picture as far as the narrative goes is there's racist statues in Nolans and we have to take them down because black people get hurt. These cowboy shirts are very uncomfortable. Black people get hurt every time they see them. They get so scared. They're so delicate. The African Americans. No. Yes, there are Confederate statues. They have General P.G.T. Beauregard. They've got Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and then just an obelisk, which they've already successfully removed, called the Liberty Monument. And each one of these has incredibly nuanced history. The whole Civil War is something that Yankees just don't understand. And if you want to simplify it, okay, how about we take your version of events? How about it was for slavery? Okay, the equivalent today of 5 million men died fighting to free the slaves. 620,000 back then is 5 million today. That's a big deal. Show some reverence. Have some plaques up. Have some statues. It was a big deal, whether you're for it or against it. Now, I don't believe that it was about slavery. I think it was the North pushing the South around. Something like 1.6% of people had slaves. You really see men going into battle to defend some rich guy's Lamborghini? I don't see that happening. They just didn't like the North pushing them around. And that's what's happening today. The North is pushing around the South once again. And they're trying to steal these monuments. So, though the initial story was sold to groups like Antifa who go, yeah, we'll go down there, man. We'll fuck the Nazis. Yeah, we'll fight these Nazis. By the way, they're all white, these kids. And they're going down there fighting blacks, Black Rebel. This woman, what's her name? Arlene Barnum. She had her tires slashed. And I tried to get them on the show. They're in hiding because they're getting so many death threats, these black Confederates. So I see American Indians and different people on the pro-Confederate statue side. And then I see rich white kids playing Nazi basher, trying to take these monuments down. Now, here's the thing. It's all a lie. Mitch Landrieu, the mayor of New Orleans, he has a buddy, John Cummings. John Cummings has a slavery museum. It's not doing that well. It's a place where you go and you feel terrible about all the horrible things you did as a slave owner. They even are talking about a slave ship you can get on and lie shoulder to shoulder and just sort of go around the harbor or whatever and feel slavery and maybe cry and apologize. Tourists can fly in from Germany, even though they had nothing to do with this. They can cry and apologize too. No talk of white slaves. No talk of the Arabs and blacks who started this whole mess and are still doing it today. We have more slaves today than any time in history. The West didn't start slavery. We ended it. But that narrative isn't fun for the left. They like the whole, ooh, you got rich off of cotton myth. And so John Cummings is the guy paying for these statues to be removed. Now, they've already successfully removed one in the dead of night with flak jackets and masks on. They've removed this statue. This was an obelisk that was, it was a testament to liberty where there was a massive battle because after the Civil War, they had Reconstruction, which was really just more punishing of the South. So they had 400% tax increases and they had these freed slaves running the show and just driving NOLA into the ground. So the people fought back and people were killed, cops were killed, some black guys were killed because they were the politicians that had been hired to wreck the place. And all that did was commemorate that battle, that uprising, that riot. It's not racial. You made it racial, and by allowing it to be taken down, that capitulation solidifies the racist narrative. Anyway, where is all this stuff going? Mitch Landrieu and John Cummings are buddies. I think Mitch is taking them down, so they're garbage, and then selling them to John so he can put them in his guilt museum and get them cheap. And Antifa fell for this. Antifa fell for this lying narrative. And we have murderers coming down, threatening to kill people, and riots breaking out. And over the course of this weekend, the Confederates won. The people who want to preserve history won. And there was a very telling moment in one of the videos where I saw a woman holding a sign. Check this out.
Take
museums, not monuments. That is a liberal activist admitting that they want to tear these statues down so they can get them in a museum and control the narrative and stop a free discussion. Even if they were the most racist slave owners of all time, that's interesting. That's part of history. Have kids walk by. If you're a black accountant and you walk by that, you go, wow, this was a real racist place one day, and now here I am with my own firm. I kicked ass. I overcame. We overcame as a city. We all took this journey together. No, they want to take away the journey. They want to take away the information. And I think the mayor has given the police a stand down, just like we saw the mayor do in Berkeley, in order to let these kids vandalize these monuments so he can say, these monuments are a real problem. I mean, we got to get rid of them. Even though 73% of Louisianians want these statues to stay. Even I've heard data that the majority of blacks in NOLA want these statues to stay. Why is this relevant to us? Because this is happening all over the country, all over the Western world. We're looking with our Nazi glasses and seeing Nazis everywhere and then trying to correct the mistakes of history. We saw this at Pepperdine University where they took down Columbus. They took down a Columbus statue in Columbus Circle where all the seats are facing this guy. And it's the same with the Robert E. Lee statue. The whole area revolves around this statue. You rip it down, you got 3 pieces of rebar sticking up like stray pubes, and that's what everyone's facing? Well, that is the future when you let the communists take charge. They ruin history and turn it into a boring bullshit story. We had a big victory in NOLA this weekend, and the Western world had a big victory preserving history. Let's keep fighting, guys, to make sure that they do not control our past. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Rebel Edge, where you can find all the videos that are exactly like this one, but different.